Welcome to another Fantasy Goodfellas video where we talk about the top 24 quarterback rankings for week 5. Richard, you ready?
Week 5, here we come.
The Fantasy Goodfellas.
Boom, boom, boom.
Rolling on the field.
The Fantasy Goodfellas.
All right, Richard, before we get started on this week's rankings, tell me how you did last week.
Okay, if you take out Jameis Winston and Tua Tagovailoa, we hit on 18 of 22 quarterbacks.
Boom, boom, boom.
So it was a good week for us. We especially hit on our entire top 14.
That's excellent. So before we get started, let me just explain what you should expect in this week's video. Richard's going to give his rankings. I'm going to use our stat machine to kind of present some stats so you can disagree or agree with Richard, and hopefully you can set your own lineups with what we present to you. All right, Richard, line them up.
And number 1, I'm going to stick with Josh Allen. We'll be home against Pittsburgh. He has been consistent. This could have been a dud for him, but he came back. Buffalo won. He still put up QB1 numbers. Number 2, we have Patrick Mahomes, who will be home against Las Vegas. People are putting up points on Las Vegas. Sounds like it's going to be a shootout. And Mahomes also has been pretty consistent this season. Number 3, Lamar Jackson, home against Cincinnati. Lamar's explosive, but he put up a dud in week 4. I wouldn't say he's boom or bust, but expect a dud here and there, and ultimately the injury. At number 4, Jalen Hurts at Arizona. Ditto what I said about Jackson. He put up a dud in week 4, killed a lot of people, but I expect him to rebound. And number 5, Justin Herbert at Cleveland. Looks like he's past that rib injury. He looked good, and I expect the same. And number 6, Joe Burrow at Baltimore. Joe still has that swag, played a tough Dolphin defense. They got the win, and that offense looks good. We're just waiting for Jamar Chase. And number 7, Jared Goff at New England. Jared Goff, finally, right? It's about time I put him in my top 10. The Detroit offense is killing it. No team, I repeat, no team has scored more points than the Lions this season. Yes, their defense is atrocious, but their offense can light it up.
Hold on.
Yes.
You said finally Jared Goff made it, but you've been saying he's trash.
Jared Goff is a bad quarterback. He's not a great quarterback.
What's going on here, and how can you?
Not really. Where did I? Let's go to week 4. Where did I rank him? Yes, I think in the scheme of quarterbacks, he is less than average, subpar. Not the type of quarterback that you're gonna win with. But in this offense, it's working. Detroit found something. And number 8, Derek Carr at KC. Derek Carr, super wildly inconsistent. So this is the reason they're 1-3 with Josh McDaniel. They keep giving Josh Jacobs the ball. Not enough targets for Devontae Adams, Darren Waller. Those are your playmakers. And number 9, Tom Brady, who will be home against Atlanta. It's a good matchup for Tom Brady. He put up big numbers in week 4 only because they had to, right? During the first 3 weeks, Tom Brady was not very good. So what are we going to see in week 5? Is it going to be last year's Tom Brady, or is it going to be Tom Brady that's too old to be in the NFL? And number 10, Russell Wilson home against Indianapolis. Denver's having their issues, but they're a better team than what we've seen. And Russell Wilson will rebound. He put up decent numbers in week 4. He still has Sutton, still has Jerry Jeudy. Melvin Gordon's great receiving back, and this could be a big week for Melvin Gordon.
Hold on. Do you think the injury to Javonte Williams is actually going to help Russell Wilson, because now they're going to have to depend on the pass even more?
I still think they're going to force the run somewhat, and Melvin Gordon's not bad. So I still think they're going to run when they have to, but Russell Wilson will get his. He's gonna throw it up. But yes, to answer your question, Russell Wilson gets a slight up. And number 11, Matthew Stafford will be home against Dallas. Stafford didn't look great against San Francisco on Monday night, threw that pick 6. Granted, he was sacked 7 times. They have a non-existent running game right now, but Stafford is a talent. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt for now. And number 12, Kyler Murray will be home against Philadelphia. You know, I would love to have Kyler Murray a little higher, but Philadelphia is shutting people down. They just shut down Trevor Lawrence. At number 13, Aaron Rodgers, home against the Giants. Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, a great quarterback. At 14, Kirk Cousins, home against Chicago. Kirk Cousins and that Minnesota offense, a little inconsistent. And against Chicago, they're not going to need to score many points. So we might see a lot more Dalvin Cook. And number 15, Trevor Lawrence, home against Houston. Trevor put up a dud in week 4, but he's got a great matchup. He's got the Texans. I think he'll rebound. And number 16, Geno Smith and New Orleans. Geno Smith is slinging it. And DK Metcalf was reborn in week 4. Hopefully we'll see a lot more DK Metcalf because all you have to do is give him the ball in space and he'll do the rest. And number 17, Carson Wentz, home against Tennessee. We know Carson Wentz is not a world beater, but he started off well. There was some hope that, you know, he could have a decent fantasy season, but he's coming back down to reality. And number 18, Ryan Tannehill at Washington. Good matchup for Tannehill, but we know that team is all about Derrick Henry. And number 19, Teddy Bridgewater at the New York Jets. Great matchup. They're playing at the Jets. Teddy almost threw for 200 yards and a half when he came in for the injured Tua. And number 20, Jimmy Garoppolo at Carolina. Jimmy G, same thing. He's got Deebo Samuel. Just give Deebo Samuel a short pass, and he'll take it to the house. And number 21, Marcus Mariota at Tampa Bay. Mariota had a dud in week 4. He's up against a very tough defense, but he's the best of what's left. And number 22, Daniel Jones at Green Bay. Daniel Jones is going to be playing with a hurt ankle. We'll see how he does. He's going to have to try to keep up with Aaron Rodgers. And number 23, Matt Ryan at Denver. Matt Ryan, again, looking like he hit that wall, but he's passing enough to make top 24s. So we have him in at number 23. And at number 24, we're going to put in Dak Prescott. If he plays, he'll definitely be in the top 24. And I think he has a very good chance. So we're going to slot him in here.
Hold on, though. You're putting Dak Prescott. I mean, Cooper Rush has been undefeated since he's gone in there, right? So what makes you put Dak Prescott in?
I'd have no problem putting Cooper Rush at 24 if he were playing, if he were starting. But all indications are that Dak wants to play. We have to put him in here. This is kind of sneaky, right? Because I know Dak is going to do well if he plays. But if you want to put Cooper Rush here, that works as well.
Well, thanks for coming on here and sharing your top 24 quarterback rankings for week 5. Any parting words for everybody out there?
Just stick with it. A lot of injuries in week 4. Fantasy football is a grind. Stay with it. Don't give up on your teams.
Those fantasy good fellas.
Boom, boom, boom. Rolling on the field.
Those fantasy good fellas.